The NDC flag-bearer aspirant Dr. Ekospio Gabra says lack of neutrality from party executives has crippled his campaigning. He says some aspirants are unable to follow their schedule because regional and constituency leaders are reluctant to cooperate with them. Dr. Spio Gabra alleges some party executives even demand money to organize party members visiting aspirants. Some party leaders openly declared support for former President Mahama in this weekend's election that they will supervise. Dr. Spio Gabra spoke to the media as he rounded off his campaign in the Ashanti region.
Chairman, when you call them, you want to come to their constituency, they play all kinds of games to make it impossible for you to come to their constituency. There are some organizers who play these games. So there are many constituencies some of us have not been to because they put all kinds of impediments in our way. Either they say, you didn't call us in time, you didn't give us enough notice. When other people, other constituencies next to them are able to organize meetings in less than 24 hours or 48 hours, some will say, oh, you have to give me 3 days notice. You must write a letter to me or send me 5,000 cedis. When other constituencies will accept 500 cedis to organize 1,500. All kinds of things that make it difficult. But beyond that, you also heard yourself, not me telling you, some high-level officers of the party, chairman of the party, general secretary of the party, regional chairman, and others saying, we support this particular candidate. They're not supposed to say that. They are the referees in the football match. Victory is the thumbprint of the electorate. And the electorate, when they count 1, 2, 3, 4, the thumbprint is 5. And I'm number 5. So it's so very automatic for most of them. Those who listen to it, those who reason it, they can't vote for 2 fingers. They can't vote for 3 fingers.
Well, Dr. Spio Gabra, however, pledges he will support whoever emerges winner.
He is a lame horse, or he was riding a lame horse for the 2016 election. The fact that the horse was lame is the very reason why you can't win a race. You need a horse that is in, horse racing position, that is strong, that they can run a horse race and win. And so I'm talking about strengthening the party. I've got a 7-point agenda document which talks about how to build constituency offices, for example, which NDC has not done for the 25 years it's been in existence, 16 years in power. Many of our constituencies are locked up in kiosks, in containers, and in people's backyards and so forth. How to strengthen the women's wing, the youth wing, especially through training and vocational.
The opposition National Democratic Congress will go to the polls in less than 24 hours to conduct its presidential primary to elect a candidate to lead the party into the 2020 elections. Well, 7 candidates are contesting. They include President John Mahama, former UPSA Rector Professor Joshua Labi, former Trade Minister Ekospio Gabra, Gusi Tano, Salai Tete, among others. Majority of the candidates petitioned the National Executive Council of the NDC to reduce the cost of filing fees if you've been following this since it began. But General Secretary of the party, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, defended the party's decision to charge 400,000 cedis as filing, explaining the party intends to use the monies to be raised to organize the party's presidential primaries. Listen to him defend that decision.
Cost of mobilizing close to 300,000 delegates. Precisely, it will be about 275,000 thereabout delegates at constituency centers.
Okay.
The least you will be spending in this mobilization, just moving them from their places to the constituency centers, will be 3 million.
3 million cedis.
Even if you are very, very prudent, with the most prudent figures.
Okay.
You need to mobilize them to these centers and feed them. If you add feeding, you are getting somewhere beyond 4 million. Then you come to the election. What goes into the election? First of all, we will do printing of ballot papers for the whole country. It comes with a cost. That cost is not determined by the national executive. It is determined by the state of the economy and what they will be charging you. Apart from that, you need to engage the Electoral Commission and pay them for conducting and supervising the election throughout the country. The laws of the country indicates that the elections, internal elections within political parties are by law to be conducted by the Electoral Commission. And yet, the state doesn't seem to find any funding for the Electoral Commission to undertake this activity pro bono, we always have to pay. It takes you in the range of close to 8 million or so cedis to organize that election.
Okay, that's
so
plus transportation and food.
Yeah, I'm just giving you estimated figures.
Right.
Yes. You take the dues that are paid, that is the first source of funding to the party. You look at the dues, how much is available. You look at donations, how much is available. And then you look at what type of fundraising activities you'll be engaging in to be able to raise the money.
So how much is available?
So the fundraising that we have to engage in must be led by all of us.
Is the NDC so broke that you can't take care of all of these without, if you don't charge the aspirants 420,000 each?
You see, first of all, we have to understand the questions we ask. When you say broke, what does it mean?
You don't have money. That's what it means.
We don't have money in the coffers, but these are the means of raising money.
No, but hold on. The NDC, so you said you have
we don't have any, what do you call it?
I'm just coming to your words, using your words. You said you have to check how much the party has in terms of dues paid. You have to check how much the party has in terms of donations. How much does the party have? Does the party have?
I'm sure you are not asking me to disclose the account balances of my party here on.
Well, your party
television.
Members are listening. Most of them are texting.
That is not why I have come here, but I'm saying that
you don't have
without
money.
this type of raising monies from the Flagbearership candidates and from the National Executive Committee, there is no way we are going to be able to,
organize the primaries, which means the NDC is broke.
That is your word. I haven't said.
While one of the flag bearer hopefuls, Professor Joshua Alabi, is accusing the party's leadership of creating an avenue for a candidate to have a better advantage of winning the polls. Now, he tells JoyNews the party has reneged on its pledge to provide food and means of transportation, as it's stated as reason for charging the high nomination and filing fees. Thousands of NDC members will head to various polling centers tomorrow to choose from among 7 individuals who leads the party in 2020. Professor Alabi, who is also contesting, says the playing field remains unequal hours to the polls.
I'm feeling fine. I just came from the voter region 3 a.m. today. You can get for my voice. And I believe I've done my part. And the rest is the God Almighty who ordained things. But I'm feeling very fine. Yeah.
Months back, when you spoke about your intention to contest, you seemed very confident. Let me ask again, are you still as confident as you were now that you've gone around the country to interact with the many NDC members who are supposed to vote?
I'm very, very confident. I'm a very confident chap. When I take up an assignment, I take it to the end. And having gone around the country, and there's our reception and love and care from the delegates, I'm very confident that I will make it. I'll make it here.
One of them has to do with, they are saying that the police will be in charge of security. They don't want to allow motor riders close to the station in itself. Or the arrangement-wise, is your camp satisfied that the playing field is equal assistance?
In terms of security, if the police takes over and they take over the way they've said, I think we'll have a very good relation. We want to have something that will be very unique to all of us in this country. And I'm happy that the police have decided to take over the security. And I'm taking this opportunity to advise our people also to stay away from there and allow the state security to do their job and do their job very well. Yeah.
There have been some news stories about some candidates who are sponsoring people in terms of providing for delegates to make it to the Congress grounds, and concerned that this may influence the turnout of the voters in how they will be voting eventually. Has that come to your attention? Yeah,
that's what we've got to know. You know, when they charged the 320,000 cedis and we decided to debate that, they told us plain that it is meant for the logistics, which includes feeding and transport. In fact, we attended a meeting at the founder's house, all the aspirants. That's what they said. So for some of us, we're just going around campaigning, knowing very well that the other aspect of the whole thing will be taken up by the National Executive. But just some few hours to the election, what we are hearing is that the National Executive will not be transporting them, will not be feeding them, and that is one candidate who is going to do that. I think it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate that we should do this in a way to give a competitive edge to one candidate. I don't think it is good for our party. If any other party does that to us, I think we'll complain. And for that matter, we should seem to be cleaning our own house before we move to criticize others.
Is that candidate the former president?
Well, so I hear, but I'm here to verify. So I hear.
But have you made any efforts to engage the party on that matter, especially when they pledge that your hard-earned money that you were supposed to contribute, huge sums, will be used to provide for that?
I just landed from the voter region 3 a.m. today. You can get from my voice. But I left my team to discuss that. And we have a committee. And we were told by the committee that when they went for the meeting, they said they'll take care of their transport. So this last minute, what do you call it, no transport policy coming from chairman to the delegate, I'm really very surprised. I'm really surprised. And it's sad and unfortunate. Sad. They have said that one man is popular. Let the system flow and let's see how it goes. But if you say one man is popular, it's marketed already, and you are still going about this way, then it's funny to me. You know, when you have two children, and they go to school, and they come back home, and one does his homework very well, and then you, the father, you do the homework for the other one, then you know he's weak. And if you know he's weak, why do you send a weak general to the battlefield? If you really love the NDC, want us to move, and you want to help a candidate, then in you, genuinely, then you believe that that candidate is weak. And if you believe in you that that candidate is weak, why do you want to send a weak general to the battlefield, right, as a party? But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
And in terms of the election and the possible outcome, I mean, I guess you are very confident you are winning, but in the event that doesn't happen, with all the concerns that you are raising now, can the NDC members expect you to support whoever emerges victorious?
In this contest, we are 7. And the 7, 1 will win. 6 will have to just understand that that is how it is. But I know that God Almighty will give it to me, and all of them will support me to move forward. I know.
What will be your final message to the delegates?
My final message to the delegates: when they bring you money for transport, just take it that it's the party money and not coming from an individual. When they bring you food, it is the party's food. It's not coming from an individual. You know what you do. You know what is right. We are reorganizing the NDC. And all of us, including you, the delegates, you are part. We shouldn't allow anything to influence us. Let's go and vote for the party. A vote for the party means that you are voting for the right candidate who has the message of transforming the NDC. And when you do that, then I'm sure you are voting for Professor Joshua Alabi. And when you vote for Professor Joshua Alabi, then me and you will team up, start work immediately to reorganize the NDC, to transform the NDC, make the NDC ready for 2020 elections. And God willing, we shall win 2020.
Stay with us here on the JoyNews channel. Your election headquarters on TV, on radio and online tomorrow will bring you an extensive coverage of the NDC's presidential primaries. And we'll have so many analysts here with us in studio, people on the ground, bring you all the information you need to know. So do stay with us on this channel.